Hello and welcome to Magical Marker, a game of Dungeons and Dragons and Drawings. We're a bunch of cartoonists and illustrators who won't just be playing the game, we'll be doodling what happens along the way. It's a PG-13 story of teens and tweens on their first big adventure on their own. Let's start by introducing Boya.
Hello, I am Boya. I play Bug. He is a 12-year-old bugbear warlock, and he travels with his friend, a magical box named Boxy.
And Priscilla.
Hi, I'm Priscilla. I play Isboreal, who is a 17-year-old half-elf bard. A bit of a prick.
And Caitlin.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I play Zip. She is a drow fighter, and she's 16 years old.
And Matt.
Hello, I'm Matt. I play Swell, who is a 15-year-old Water Ganassi cleric who worships the Tempest god Sunda.
And I'm Brian, your Dungeon Mancer, and I'll be doing all the NPCs, including Sutran, a magically animated severed hand of a spellcaster, who is searching for her other hand to magic herself back a body. Last week, you were on the island of Bright Palm, where you found out that your mentor's old companion, Britta Brushwand, had been trapped in a painting in her art gallery, along with a few other local bodies. The succubus within the painting had tried to charm you, but didn't succeed before Britta's helper, Brother Sarek, bagged the painting. You went up into the mountain jungle looking for the painter's cottage. Cassin had also been sucked into the succubus's painting and wasn't home. But as Espurial opened the door, a glyph was activated that summoned a terrible chimera into the room. It was part centipede, part lynx, and part your old apprentice buddy Malkin's sharp shadow. Although you tried to reach out to his mind, there seemed to be nothing much there. And what was there was poisoned with resentment. It was another fight where Zip was on the front line, taking the brunt of the beast's bites, and the party supported her to victory. Searching the cottage revealed a magical blindfold that allowed the user to scry into hell, which would explain the realism achieved in Cassin's hellish portraits that hung in Britta's gallery. They also found a cat hiding under the bed who had survived by fending for itself on jungle creatures, but missed Cassin. The feline said there was an orange-haired individual who had come to the house and set the glyphs sometime after Cassin had gone missing. Having returned to the gallery, your party filled in Brother Sarek and wondered what their next move should be. Espurial asked why the succubus was able to come out of her painting while the others were not, which is when she appeared by strolling into the kitchen that you were in. She said, "Isn't that an interesting question?" And that's where we pick up today. Zip, I would like you to roll a wisdom saving throw.
17.
Boo.
Even I'm surprised by that.
All right. You are not charmed.
Yes. Can I feel that she's like trying to charm me?
Yeah, you felt like some magic eyes on you.
And I'll say, "Not today, Satan." I'll say, "Don't look at her. She's trying to charm you."
Isboreal immediately
Dabs you just straight away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll pull out my sword and I'll say, "If you're going to get to my friends, you have to get through me. And I have wisdom of steel."
She has the power of God as I step forward.
But slightly behind. But slightly
Yeah,
behind.
slightly behind.
Stay back.
But the question is, did you bring back the scrying device? You've been gone for some time.
No, we didn't. Wait, what's the scrying device? What are you talking about?
The device that Cassin used to look into hell, to paint our portraits.
What's your
pass it-
interest in it?
Pardon?
What is your interest in it?
If you give it to me, I'll give you back whoever I took into the painting. You want?
Yes, but I'm curious as to why you wish it.
Give me an advantage. If I can scry on anybody here in hell, I'll be able to move up the ranks a little easier. Shouldn't
But
affect
would it
you.
be easier for you to move up in the ranks if you were back in hell? It seems very strange for you to try and jockey for a position all the way here.
Oh no, I don't want to come here except for to get the thing that I want. If I can have his scrying device, I'll go back in. You can destroy the painting after I dump everyone out, and we never have to speak again.
It's a trap.
Why couldn't you get the Why couldn't you get it yourself?
I tried looking for it, but I didn't know where it was.
Well, you didn't look very hard because it's not like it was hidden.
I didn't even know where he lived.
Well, you
I went
know,
around,
maybe if
found
you
some
had tried
people.
asking people instead of, pulling them into an evil hell painting and trying to eat them or whatever, you probably would have had more success.
But you're telling me you may return to the hills anytime you wish, and you linger here only for what?
A trinket.
Fun? Nothing.
I just wish this trinket.
So why did you take all these people into your painting?
Oh, for fun.
Have you? So clearly, you are not trapped inside of the painting, and you may wander where you wish. And so you've been here, what, 2 weeks now, or so?
In the gallery? Yeah, that's about right.
Yes. Did you, in your nighttime wanderings, or other times, I suppose, see someone with orange hair?
No, I can't say that I did. Most of them went out when it was very dark.
And you had no particular criteria for the people that you took?
I preferred approaching people who are alone. People who would be easy to take. Britta was already passed out when I spotted her.
She
I just
was
want to point out something
passed
real
out,
quick.
isn't?
I've got a passive insight of 15, apparently, according to D&D Beyond.
Okay,
I don't know if that helps with reading anything she's saying.
sure.
Or if you prefer if I roll an active insight check, but
Your call if you want to announce that I'll give you an insight that so far she seems to be speaking plainly, that she wants this deal, and you're not sure if she's 100%. What you got a little bit on the iffy side was when she said she didn't get it because she didn't know where to find it exactly. You're like, that might not be 100% true. Maybe she wasn't trying real hard initially. Maybe she was enjoying just taking people and was having fun. And now she wants it because the fun's over, because there are people who are actually investigating her. That's kind of the vibe you're getting. Like, now that we're causing you trouble, you just want to turn tail and get out of here. She seems a little scared.
You have multiple people in that painting, though, do you not? Are you
Yes.
proposing only a one-for-one trade?
Oh, you can have them all. I don't care.
And they are still alive.
As far as I understand. I mean, Britta did not seem to be in a good place.
Right, when you found her by passed out, did you mean sleeping or knocked on the head?
She looked as if she was kind of splayed in a chair in front of a mirror.
In front of a mirror?
Maybe she's
One of the
particularly
ones-
ugly to herself.
he actually laughs at this. But
Trying a new makeup routine and it just didn't look good.
a mirror here.
Which mirror?
Oh, she points to like a hand mirror that's just sitting on the table. Oh, that one over there.
I'm going to investigate it.
Okay.
I think I walked through here with Detect Magic up, and that didn't...
Yeah.
You did not detect any magic there.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me an investigation, Zip.
I got an 8.
An 8. Looks like a mirror.
Can I do an active insight check on her?
Sure.
Not that was very good. 7.
7. You sort of getting a little bit of the idea that she's telling you what she thinks that you want to hear, which is probably the truth. but you probably want to hear the truth more than anything else, that she's not here to flatter you. You haven't come asking her, like, who's the most beautiful person in the world, in which case she might lie to you. But, like, how did you find these bodies? She doesn't have a reason to lie to you about it. She doesn't understand enough of your politics in this world to really know why one person is more important to you than another.
Do we think we need the scrying thingy?
What if can we ask to the painter? What is his name?
Casa.
Casa. Can you bring Casa out of the painting and then bring him out first, and then we can ask if he's okay giving you this in exchange for the other people?
That's an interesting proposal. I don't see why he would be opposed to it. May take him some time to rouse.
It would go a good way toward establishing that you are acting in good faith.
Do you have magical healing?
Uh,
Very well. I'll be back. She leaves the room.
Okay, we can't trust her, right? Like, she's totally just gonna, like, lie to us and...
We can at least ask him double check what she's saying is true.
Okay.
Or she may be under her spell still, even if he comes out. But I do not get the sense that, while she says what we want to hear right now is the truth, not to be lied to.
My sensors indicate that she is generally telling us the truth. Everything seems to be true to me. Strawberry doesn't seem to think that she's trustworthy, though. He seems to think something smells wrong about her.
Probably the fact that she is like a devil.
We can't judge her on her appearance, but we can judge her on where she's come from, and that is, I think, hell.
Bug, what can you smell on her? Can you smell anything funky?
Should I do a check?
Smell check?
A smell check.
Give me a perception.
Perception. Oh no, I can't roll my dice. Bug's nose is not working. He's trying to sniff really hard.
What about one of your animals? Do they have like
Do they
any
have?
sort of animal perception that maybe like we don't?
You look over
I
at
got an
Boxy,
18.
and Boxy seems to be a little bit frightened.
I got an 18.
18. Yeah, she smells of...
Brimstone?
No. In this world, hell is more icy. It's more of an ice hell than a fiery hell.
So do people say like when hell catches fire?
Yeah, exactly. And so I guess the smell might be just of
Cool mint.
the type of what'd you say?
Like mint, like cool mint.
Winter fresh.
She smells really good.
So,
Yeah,
Or
she
like-
smells
nice.
she smells quite nice. She's an alluring demon, so she probably has a very nice smell.
Minty fresh.
But it's the sort of mint that actually kind of burns a little bit when you...
Like a fisherman's friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, or Altoid.
Am I the only one that
Altoid.
thinks that, like, the fact that they use the word cool, fresh, or whatever on mouthwashes is like they're trying really hard to convince you that they're cold, but actually they burn?
Yeah, they do super
Yeah.
burn.
Or like fire ice or something. Anyways, she returns back, and she has Casson slung over her shoulder, and she slumps him onto the floor, and she says, "Very well. Have yourself a grand old time bringing him back."
Can I do a medicine check to see if he just needs some healing or if he needs an actual,
Sure.
like what spell he might need? 10.
You think that, like, if he's being affected by her mind magic, then maybe there's something that you would need to do beyond this. But if he isn't, if he's just simply injured, then, like, a cure spell should bring him back.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give him a cure wounds.
All right.
So if he's taken any damage, he gets 4 points back.
All right. He comes around and goes, "Where am I? This is... Oh, that's that horrid, beautiful lady."
Ah, look, if it isn't the consequences of your own actions.
Good day, Mr. Kazan. We had questions for you.
Yes, where have I been? I have questions for you. Who are you? What's going on?
You've been
We'll
dead,
ask the
bud.
questions here.
Not all at
Squirrel
once.
tries to say something and then everyone speaks at once.
Your word balloons are crossing over on top of each other. I can't understand any of what you'll say.
I said, we'll ask the questions here. We're the ones who rescued you from that evil lady that you summoned through your creepy painting.
Hey,
We
I resent being called a lady.
Well, whatever you are.
We are mentees of the Titan Slayers, and in fact, I believe it is possible Brutta may have mentioned us as some friends who would come come by soon.
She has mentioned you before, but I don't recognize you. I've never met you. But I suppose I would explain who you are. Thank you for coming to my rescue, but why
What is the last thing you remember?
this young lady-ish thing. She doesn't like the word lady. I don't know what to call her. And I were making out, and I sort of passed out. I was not really in charge of myself at the time.
I'm going to turn to the
Slightly
succubus
like
and be
that.
like, that guy? You were making out with that guy? Ugh.
His brother's like, but you're so old.
Yes, I'm far older than he is. You humans last for such a small amount of time. I guess you elves last a little longer.
I'm going to say, girl, you could do better. Seriously.
Well, I'm up for kissing you if you'd be interested.
I don't swing that way. I'm not into otherworldly beings.
No,
Yeah.
not even to expand your horizons.
She suddenly changes her appearance and she looks like a extremely handsome drow male. She's like, "How about now?"
Zip is going to blush heavily and shake her head. Didn't we have something we were talking about?
Do
She
you
starts-
have
she
any
starts
inkling?
doing like muscle poses and like really oily skin. Just trying to make you blush more.
Do you have any inkling why she might have come through and you and none of the others of your exhibits did?
No, I don't. Oh, it's because I wrote silly runes on the painting that he copied that allowed me to step through. You copied a little too much. You shouldn't be such slavish to your reference. Well, I feel the right git now.
What happened to Britta? What'd you do to her?
Me, nothing.
You sure?
I mean,
Why is she in the painting? Why?
she's in the painting.
What's this mirror? I'm going to show him the mirror.
I don't know. It's one of her mirrors.
Very suspect.
What's the painting doing in her gallery? Were you not the one that brought it?
Yeah, she was kind enough to do an exhibit for me of my research into the hells. She thought that, people would want to know about what was going on down there, and
So were you making out with her before or after you brought the painting into the gallery?
after.
You're just making out with her in the gallery?
I didn't. I came to see how the gallery was being hung, and there was a young woman who was very attractive and caught my eye, and I didn't really feel like myself, and I was sort of pulled over and drawn towards her. And as I kissed her, she changed into looking like she looked before she turned into this muscle hunk. And
I suppose
he winks at Zip again.
It's not going to work.
I suppose I
Very
should
well.
cut to the chase, and tell you that we have something that she desires that you have apparently used in your reference finder, your ref board, if you will.
Oh, you have my scrying device.
Indeed. And she wishes it in exchange for returning to the hills and returning all of the people that she has captured inside the painting.
As far as I'm concerned, that's a fair trade. I'd love to have Britta back. I feel bad that she's trapped in a painting. And there are other people too?
At
Yes.
least 2 others.
So the scrying device is not that valuable to you? You want to just give it to her?
I mean, I've already finished my series of paintings about hell. I don't know how much better I'm gonna. I don't feel like doing another series, especially after all the trouble it's been causing me. So if trading it away gets us some lives back, then I'm quite happy to make that exchange. I'll be out of sorts, but I finished what I needed to do. I'll have to paint another painting of this demon lady or devil lady from memory, but I won't put the runes in this time. At this point, she's changed to look like a Ganassi female, a buxom Ganassi female,
This is
and
the
is trying
first
to make
time.
eyes that swell.
This is the first time he's ever seen a Ganassi female.
Is it? Or
That's what I'm asking. I don't
It's
know
up
if he's.
it's up to you. You can tell me what.
I think it is. I think this is literally the first time he's seen.
Oh. Why are there no other Ganassis?
Well, not this far south, at least. Right?
You're more likely to find them in the Queendom of Joden, but
Okay.
you might have found one on your travel. Excuse me.
Alright, never mind. He'll just see it, kind of, also blush a little bit, and then just like step behind Zip and kind of hide a little
Zip's going
bit.
to go.
Let's just give it to her then. I mean, it doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal to anyone. We want to get back Britta as soon as possible.
Yeah, I gotta warn you though, person. If you double cross us, oh, telling ya, bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it'd be
I think-
terrifying.
What is your name, madame?
Oh, you can call me Madame. I like that.
But what is your name?
I would never tell you my name.
Oh, come on, tell us your real name.
Yeah, what are you, scared? What are you,
What
chicken?
may we refer you to by then, so that others may recognize you?
Does she not want to tell us her true name, Brian?
Yeah, and now I'm trying to think of like a boat name for her. Like, what would her money name be?
Whispered temptations of the oil.
Whispered Temptations of the Oil?
Of oil, yeah.
Of oil? Yeah. Sure. Yeah, she says that's her name.
It seems a little bit on the nose, but very well. I suppose we can shake on it if you will agree. In exchange for the scrying scarf, you will release the people that you have taken in your time here and return to the hells from whence you came.
Sure.
And he kind of is still doing this, so he just puts out his hand to shake.
When you go to shake, because you can't see, you feel a very strong masculine grip, and she has turned into a strong buff Ganassi instead, because she seems to have looked at Swell and thought maybe you're in for the strong type instead of the voluptuous. And so yeah, there's a muscly Ganassi woman there shaking your hand. She says, "We have an accord."
Okay then. And he releases it, pulls undoes the knot, the intricate knot at his neck, and says, "I have it here."
Do you want to give it to her after she releases?
Indeed. I was, as Berg was saying, you bring your prisoner's ear, and then I will give you the scarf.
No problem. Devils are people of our words. Once we make an accord, we stick to it. I spent far too long drawing this mirror. I don't know what I was doing.
But now I have a very good idea what it looks like.
It's fancy looking. So she disappears. She leaves the room. Anything you guys want to do while she's coming back?
Okay, do you think we could take her if we needed to? I don't want to have to fight her, but do you think we could if we needed to?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
Ugh, I'm so tired.
Good.
I mean, I'll try. But
And this one does not look like he could do much in a fight, and he kind of jerks his thumb at Kazan.
However, if we were in a fight, I would be able to help. I am pretty good in a fight.
Well, that is something good to know. Hopefully it will not come to that.
Hopefully this is the end of it, though.
You should join us to fight the Titan.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
There's a
good.
Titan to fight. Yes, I heard about that. That is unusual.
We'll need all the help we can get.
Perhaps that is what I could do.
Alright, I just zoomed out and saw the dab. Very good. It's, it caught me. I was like, oh, that's very, very good.
This is probably a sign of my age that I think a dab is irrelevant.
It's all about the draw now. I don't know. So she returns, and she has, she's drops one body, and she leaves, and she comes back, and she drops another body. She leaves, she comes back. See how many people were missing from the town? I think there was 3 people.
Plus Britta and Kazan.
So there is the baker Muta Dofist, who was a Triton, the stable hand Quivel, who was a dwarf, and the hermit Roglin Sunstorm. And all 3 of them are returned, and then she has Britta, and she's has Britta in her hand. She's like, all right, let's make this final trade. I always keep my words because I'm a devil, but I don't know if you will. But I can assure you, if you don't keep your word, I won't be the only devil to harass you. Making a deal with a devil is quite a quite an important thing.
Well, I can assure you that it benefits us more to keep our words in the long run.
All right. You hand it over?
He kind of like hands it over with one hand and like extends his arm with the other to like grab Britta, so it does like a thing at the same time.
Sure.
Swell grips his thing a little, his weapon just a little bit tighter. The anticipation.
All right. She lets go. And she's like, goodbye. And she just disappears.
Does she reappear in the painting?
Well, the painting's in the other room.
Run into that room and see if she's in there.
Okay, so the sack is over a ways, and then you run over, and you get into the painting room, and you look at it, and she's not in the painting right now.
What about the runes?
The runes are still there.
Scratch them off.
She said the deal was that she would go back to hell, right?
She appears in the room again, just appears out of nowhere, and she's like, don't stop me going in. You don't want trouble now.
No, I was making sure you'd come back. If you're going back in, go on.
I'm going. And then she gets sucked back in. And then she waves to you, says, do what you want with the painting. Have fun, kids. And then she turns back into a muscly version of Zip and blows Swell a kiss.
He goes, all shades of purple.
More muscly?
Yep.
Show off.
And then, yeah, I
It's
guess
not
I'll
worth
take
anything
up
if you don't work for him.
hand axe and start to just scrape off the runes on the painting.
Esporial, it lowers, goes like, and then half drops, half lowers Britta to the ground. And once I want to do a medicine check on her.
Sure.
See how she's doing. For a grand total of 5.
She's
She's fine.
sleepy.
Just a nice afternoon nap.
You have no idea what's up with her.
Like, she looks fine to me. I do not know. And he looks over at
I'll do a medicine
the
check on her.
Warforged.
Stand back. I got this.
Try slapping her face.
Don't break her bones.
I got an 11.
Yeah, you have no idea.
Yeah, am I able to destroy the painting? Like, will that at least erase the things from the runes from the painting?
Yeah, once you start scratching away at the painting and scratching away the runes, it stops moving so that you don't see any gestures or whatever. Like, she's now frozen in this, like, winking gesture, and you can continue to scratch and scrape away, and the painting seems damaged now.
Okay. I'll make sure there's no trace of the runes at all. Not even the slightest hint of them.
Okay.
And I'll return to the group.
Brother Sarek looks at her and says, she seems to be suffering from something that I do not know what it is. Quite devious. This is unfortunate.
Wow, you're quite the doctor.
I am
I
more
don't
of a
know what we
druid.
would do without you. It's almost like
I-
we could have figured that one out ourselves.
You are very charming. I wonder if we should take her to the temple in town.
Yes,
Did anyone try to heal her yet?
I don't have any spell slots left.
I can try
I have no way to heal her.
I've got one first level left. I'll cast Cure Wounds on her.
You cast Cure Wounds on her. She
9 points of healing back if she needs it.
does not seem to respond in any way to the healing.
Can I make a medicine check, or is it too many people?
Yeah, you already made a medicine check when she was in the painting too. So like, You don't know what's going on.
Okay. I have 1 second level slot left. Can I cast Lesser Restoration on her?
Sure.
I do that. And that either one disease or one condition afflicting it. I guess I need to know which one.
I don't think so.
If I can detect any conditions or diseases affecting her, then I'll remove that.
I think that you cast it, and then it would be sort of the DM's choice as to which one. If there were multiple, like if she had a disease and a condition, then maybe you go with the oldest one, or maybe you go with the most recent one. I don't know what you would choose. But so if you knew which one, I would let you pick.
Right.
But there seems to be no change in her from doing the spell.
Okay. Should.
Yep.
We should go.
Yes, I think let's take her to the temple. Zip.
Yeah, I'll pick her up and over my shoulder.
All right. Brother Sarek leads you up, locks the door behind you to the gallery, and leads you to town, through the town, to a temple of Lundariel, I think it is. He mentions that Britta worshipped the god of the forge, Clang, because he was all about making things and she was all about making things. But there wasn't a temple on the town, or in the town of Clang.
Do we have
my
any
notes.
reference images of Britta, by the way?
Sorry, what was that?
Do we have any reference images of... I mean, like, I know you did a piece of art, but I can't remember what she looks like.
We'll paste a picture in here and then make it small or something.
Which you'll appreciate. I can screen cap it if you do.
She's got some tats and stuff. She's like the cool auntie.
Tats are for people who live at sea and can be identified. You got it?
Is she not a water ganassi? What is she?
Triton.
Triton.
Got it.
Right.
Thank you.
So here we are. There's a temple of Lundariel on the island. So there's a big tree in town, and the front gates of it, like the front of the tree has like a wooden doorway built into it, and it's a thick but not very tall tree trunk. It sort of spreads outward rather than going up tall like a redwood. And the room is probably only maybe 20 feet across that is in the center of it, this hollowed out tree trunk of this tree that's still growing. And it's like nighttime. There's activity going on at the port. You saw couples in the park, but it's a little quieter than it would be during the middle of the day. Because you guys were heading back at dusk, right? So the sun is set, and Brother Sarek is like, hello, we are seeking aid. Hello.
Oh my god! This woman is on the brink of death! She needs attention and aid immediately! Someone! Is there no police here who can help her?
You hear a voice from one of the back, from the back, behind the pew altar area. You hear a voice, hold on. And sort of a secret door opens in the side, and out steps a enormous Goliath man. And says, oh, how may I help you? And he's dressed all in like robes that are adorned with leaves, like they look like leaves that have been sewn together. But instead of being green, healthy leaves, they're like transparent, ghostly leaves.
Help, favorite aunt! Britta, she's on the brink of death and we know not what afflicts her.
Oh, sure. Let me have a look. Britta, this is bad news. And Sarek puts her down on one of the pews, and he comes over and his name is Trank, and Trank looks at her and studies her and does his own sort of check, casts some spells. It's like, her body is fine, but her mind is somewhere else. This is unusual. I do not have a cure for this. Do you know what would have caused this?
Oh, yeah, this mirror. I'm going to hand him the mirror.
She was looking at the mirror.
Yep.
Have you checked it for magic?
I checked it, and it's a mirror.
I checked
I don't
it.
know.
There's no magical aura about it.
Then I suspect she was using it to scry on something. And when she used it, it was on something that didn't want to be scryed upon. Had set up some sort of defense. This is old magic, blood magic.
I tried lesser restoration, but it didn't seem to work. Is there any other way we can get her back?
I do not know, but I have some ability to contact my god and make questions of it, and consult my books and my elders. I do not have an answer for you tonight, but return in the morning and I will tell you what I have learned.
There are also several people that might need some healing at the gallery.
Right.
I wasn't able to help them now, but the painter guy, what was his name?
Casson. He's come with me.
Casson. Okay.
Yeah.
They were trapped in his painting, and there was like a devil lady and stuff. It was crazy. Anyway, they're safe now, but they're kind of just a little bit catatonic.
I will lead me to the gallery and I will heal them if you can make sure Britta is safe.
Of course.
So he goes with whoever leads him back to the gallery. Sarek goes because he has the keys. He's taken ownership of the gallery while Britta's gone. He heals whoever needs to be healed. And what do you guys want to be doing?
Well, should we find a place to stay while we are waiting to hear back?
Oh, I think we can stay at the gallery. We can, unless we want to stay in an inn, but
Why don't we just stay here?
in the temple.
Why not?
Temple doesn't appear to have places to rest unless you want to like sleep on a pew.
Slept in worse places.
No, so some of us should stay and watch over, but perhaps we could just bring her back to the gallery and sleep there.
Well, we
As,
brought her all the way here.
Do they need to like look at her while they're figuring out what's going on?
No. He's just going to be consulting books and casting spells and things.
I wonder if we could try something like the ooze that we got. If we feed it to her, maybe they can.
Didn't the oozes take away memories? Somehow I don't think trying to take away more from a catatomb woman is the best idea.
You never know the power of the ooze.
Generally, I cannot say that shoving oozy things into one's body is ever a good idea. The fact that it worked for you is a 1 in a million shot, I think.
I think that like the ooze person told me something about like mind reading through ooze. So maybe if the ooze, I don't know, this might be a stretch, but if the ooze is inside of her mind and I can communicate with it, maybe we can find out more.
Wasn't the problem that she had no mind though? Whatever it was,
I don't
her
know.
mind is not there?
Maybe the ooze can find it.
Does Swell know of any spells that can cause something like that, like a separation of mind and body, or
You can give me an Arcana check.
Isbriel turns to Sutran and says, "Have you heard of anything of this nature?"
6?
You can roll a check for Sutran. So you can roll the die, and I will add the
Sure.
bonus.
The roll was an 18.
Pretty good.
So she writes down, says, it is like there are spells that can make people lose their mind, but to trap somebody's mind like this, the only spell she can think of is Magic Jar, which is like trapping somebody's soul, and it's an incredibly high level, powerful spell. But if Trank seems to think that this is a old blood magic, then this might be something more like she's never experienced, being a gifted person, that this is something that brother or sister Sweet Tooth would know about rather than her. That she thinks that this is magic being done by somebody who is not gifted.
We don't have the message spell, do we?
No,
I
but
don't
you
think
do
any
know
of us are
that
high enough yet.
you might be able to find somebody in this town who is able to cast such a spell. That you had people that could cast that spell for money in the last town you were in.
Do we have anything of Sister Sweet Tooth's? I don't think we do.
Not of we have the folding table and chairs
Oh yeah?
made of hell magic.
Didn't you take a bunch of teeth from her as well?
No.
Oh.
Pretty sure I didn't.
You found them, but you didn't keep them.
Oh, okay.
You snuck them back.
So is the table gonna help us like communicate with her?
You can't. What's the spell? You need to like have something of the person you're trying to contact, or need
That's
to know
scrying. Scrying helps, but we don't
For
want to
message.
scry with her necessarily. We want to just talk to her.
For message, you just need to know who it is. So if you say, this is the person's name and this is where they are, they should be able to get the right person. They're not going to be like, oh, got the wrong sister, Sweet Tooth.
Was there anything in her journal, her diary, that might give us hint to who she might be scrying?
Go
Probably
ahead and read
orange
the...
head.
The orange boat.
Yeah, the orange-haired person was the person she was talking about last.
That would be my guess.
So,
Do you
like-
want to spend some time reading her journal?
Yeah, I mean, I think
Do we have it?
Isbriel wants to find a place where they can like start to settle down and then dig into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether that's a gallery or the
Let's
temple.
just go
or-
back to the gallery. It's free.
All right.
It's free real estate.
You guys bring Britta back to the gallery, and you pass Trank on his way back, and he nods to you, says, come speak to me in the morning. Not too early. Closer
I
to
understand
noon.
that.
Closer to noon.
Give me some time.
Isbriel's kind of like, is he communing with the gods or is he going on a bender?
Maybe for him it's a bit of both. So you guys get back and you read the journal, and the journal does not have anything that is like personal. It's not like today I felt this way, or I have this feeling about this person. It's all about adventure-y stuff. It's notes so that if something happened to her, people would understand what was going on with her at that particular moment. So, for instance, you find things talking about this art show that's opening up, and the details about Casson, and that he's making these pieces that hopefully will be able to help people out and understand what the devils are all about. She has a few pieces about demons, but having really authentic visions of devils is something that's unusual because they're from another world.
Any mention of the scrying device?
She says, I suspect that he has some magical means of getting this realism, but I don't know. He's keeping a tight lip on how he's able to maintain this ability to be so realistic in his artwork.
Okay.
So what's the last entry that she wrote?
Well, you guys saw the last entry, which was, I think we can call it up as an image here.
All right. I think I've got the layer. This thing, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gonna put it up top. Read it. So
What's
yeah.
outside of BC? Where is that? British Columbia.
Bloodroot Covenant. The Bloodroot Covenant is the area that used to be where all the elves lived, but because the Lich Hags took over, they have been spreading nature so that everything grows wild and savage, and their pristinely kept elvish towers in the trees were overgrown with carnivorous plants and wild animals that they weren't able to control or deal with, and they were forced further south into the continent. And so there's a large section of it that's very wild, like not wild as in, oh, let's go camping there. It's like, well, let's go and see if we can survive there.
Ditto. Wasn't there someone else we saw when we looked upon the orange-haired one? There was the one who was making the Chimera, and then the orange-haired one who just seems to think is the one controlling this all.
Mm-hmm. So
There was another one. I can drop in the image of that as well.
There was something about chimeras and something the bear guy said when we were on the ship, the werebear. About something about the Covenant and how the hags are changing things or like making abominations. I can't remember what he said exactly. I don't think it was even to Swell. It was like someone else. Should have written it down. I'm wondering if that's where the base of operations is for this group of people, somewhere around where the hags are.
Possibly. Yes, it does say that if this Succubi is someone who is working with the orange-haired one, it seems to be based somewhere in the Bloodroot Covenant. Perhaps we could go seeking there to find this weakness she mentions. Or the Keepers of the Sky. Were they not those ones in the monastery back on that first island?
No, the Keepers of the Sky, they were at Rum Rumble when we first arrived, weren't they? They were like jetting about. Aren't they like the police force?
When
or
they
something?
arrived at Bright Palm, you mean?
Right palm, sorry, yes.
What did she say specifically? She said, Georgia, I'm going to talk to the Keepers of the Chain in Skytouch. So the Keepers of the Chain are a group of adventurers that try to make sure that the Titans stay down. And Skytouch is a town that you guys need to do a history check to see if you know where it is.
Sure. What? Well, I was gonna say I kind of want to do a check to see if I recognize any of the names that she mentioned, like Dark Chasm,
Sure.
and Sky Touch, etc. Do I need to make multiple?
Sure, you can make. It's up to you. If you're like, "Ooh, I want to do one at a time in case I get a terrible roll." If you're like, "Oh, I just want to make one roll and get them all," if you get a high roll, that's fine. It's up to you.
I think one at a time makes sense. If only then I can also take notes at the same time while
Okay.
you're talking about it. So Sky Touch first.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was your roll for Skytouch.
History, right?
Sure. I mean, again, if you have something else you'd like to do instead, I'm always open to suggestions for other abilities. All you need to do is explain why.
11.
11. You don't know where Skytouch is, but you know that Georgian was in the Queendom of Jodin last time you had heard about him. So it would seem likely that that's where it is. And since you don't know that, you don't know the Queendom of Jodin very well. And so you'd be like, well, that makes sense that it would be in an area I don't know, because I probably would know if it was an area I knew.
It would be a known.
Exactly.
Or known unknown. We've heard of Georgian before?
Georgian is the other Titan Slayer. He's the one that is the... there's a picture of him in the gallery, so I can show you what he looks like as well. I think you've seen pictures of him before, but I'm not sure. I will drop in another picture. Feel free to talk so it's not so quiet while I look.
I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying the gentle river sound of typing.
Oh, can you hear me typing?
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. All
It's
right.
funny. I don't think you can hear it when we're talking. So.
I can't hear it. I need better earphones.
I'm trying to take notes at the same time so I can refer back to them if I need to.
Thought I had a
Okay.
picture of him.
So it sounds like we're going to have to travel from here to different places. I rolled a history check and I got a natural 1 with a -1 to intelligence. So,
You can't even
just,
remember what
looked
happened
outside.
yesterday.
You're I'm
Thoughts just flew
tired.
out.
It's late. Maybe I should think about this in the morning.
No thoughts. Head empty.
I think I'm going to take a feat that gives me a bonus to intelligence next time.
Or the
Because
memory
this is
one.
starting- yeah. This is starting to hurt.
So there's Georgian. He wears a suit of grass armor. He has a bunny best friend that travels with him. Familiar. He's a
Was he
ranger.
druid?
A ranger, and he's blind. And he is a Goliath. Or sorry, no, Furbolg. So he's like a giant kin.
And once again, I drew in the wrong layer. Never fails.
Bingo. It's one of your bingos, isn't it?
Yeah.
Um,
Trying to type
So did
quieter
you-
now.
Did you want to do another history check
Oh,
or anything
yes.
else?
Yep.
You obviously know who Doomhilda is, as you've been singing about her and hearing songs about her for a long time. She's one of the greatest heroes of the land.
That was Dark Chasm, I believe it said.
Sure. What did you roll for that?
That is a 16.
16. You think that Dark Chasm is a place at the bottom of the Gempire? That it is a town of dwarves that live down there, that that is one of their deepest settlements at the bottom of the Gempire. And Castle Cruncher is the name of Doomhilda's mall that she had. Some people call it a warhammer, but it's quite large because Doomhilda was supposed to be like over 7 feet tall.
Mm. And the last thing. Oh no.
You
We heard
can
of the Tangles?
give me a history check. This one's much. You need a much higher roll to get this one.
Well, it's not happening because I got a 9.
All right. You don't know who the Tangled is,
Yeah.
but you can figure out the BC is Bloodroot Covenant, and you can know that ding dang is also a word that surfers use to refer to dummies.
Swell has said it a few times.
It is
Says it often.
is something that Britta might say because she probably does some surfing and stuff as well as doing artwork. She's an active auntie. Anything you guys want to do with that information, or just tell me what your plans for the evening are?
We just have to wait till tomorrow. Go back, see that priest, and see if he can get her mind back. But if
Rhoda does share what he remembers of this stuff, but it's not a lot.
Yeah, just wait. Maybe she will know teleporting spells so that then we can just boop, 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 go to all these places.
that would be handy. Man. I don't know what else to do. If Britta doesn't come back,
Well, we should just go to bed and rest and then figure it out tomorrow.
Oh, I know. Yes, I am that gorgeous. Thank you. I think I need a
What?
bed. And he walks off, saying nothing more. He probably just goes to find Britta's bed and crashes down in it.
Are there multiple beds, or is just one room with one bed in the gallery?
There actually is, in the room where there's sort of a kitchen area, there are a bunch of cots that you guys find that are sort of like in the corner, that, she expects sometimes people come and stay with her. She likes to have visitors who are, people that want to learn about adventuring and stuff. So she's happy to have people stay and learn as much as they want to learn from her and then go on their way. So she definitely has cots that you can set up. Everything smells a little bit musty, hasn't been used in a little while. Brother Sarek does not sleep as he is an automaton.
do you mind keeping an eye out just in case the devil woman comes back, Derek?
Of course. Everything's totally devious, dude. I am no ding-dang.
I think he's broken.
Did Casson go back home?
Good question. He probably went back home if you, assuming at some point you talked about going to his house and seeing his cat. And he's like, oh my God, Mr. Mittens. And is like, ran back home to go check on his cat.
As he runs away, I'm like, no more painting devils.
No problem.
He gets back to his home. He's like, Mr. Mittens, when did I turn you into this? I don't think we actually cleaned out the Chimera, did we?
No, we just left it. That's
Poor
gonna
dude.
be a nice surprise for him.
I know.
All right. Yeah, I'll pull out one of the cots, one for each of us, I suppose. And if Imperial's gone out to the main bedroom, I won't bother.
Where are we laying Britta?
I guess actually we'll put Britta in her bed.
Oh wait, did we bring Britta back from the temple?
Yeah, you brought her back. You carried her. I think so, right? We're bringing her back.
It didn't seem like
Yeah,
a
that
good
would've-
place to leave her because the person in charge wasn't there anymore and it was just an open environment.
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be like leaving somebody in a park.
I guess we are at the age range where we might do something dumb like that, but
I might, and actually then, if we're going to put Britta in her bed, put my bedroll on the ground in her bedroom just so I can keep an eye on her in case anything happens.
Yeah, I mean, you can put a cot in there too and have the
Okay.
cot and the bedroll. Like, they're very portable.
That's what I'll do.
Can I see how, just real quick, like I want to see how a slime reacts to her, like if it wants to crawl into her or not.
Okay, so you take one of the bottles out and you open it up and you put it. What are you doing with it?
Like put it like close to her face.
It climbs out of the jar and starts trying to climb up your hand.
I want to pick it up and place it on her.
And as you let go of it, it comes back onto your hand. Like you let go of it and like it's trying to like shake off glue. Like it doesn't want to come off your hand.
Okay. Maybe she's dead. Anyway, I put it back. I said, okay.
Okay. It doesn't seem to want to go back in, but you managed to get it back inside. Anybody doing any reading before bed or anything like that?
Did we read everything in the journal?
Yeah, we can say that you've read the journal.
Yeah, so we'll just write in his journal.
Did you take the books from Cassin's house? I don't remember you saying that you did.
I don't think we took them. We just looked through them.
Okay.
They were just
Like
love
romance
smuggler and
novels.
stuff, right?
Yep.
It's just his missing kiss. Sketchbooks. That sort of thing.
You wake up the next morning refreshed. Everybody has the benefits of a long rest. You feel like quite good. That staying the night and sleeping in this place makes you feel refreshed more than you have in a while. And there just seems to be something magical about this place and being able to rest here. So,
Oh, that
what was that?
go on.
And so you guys have one bonus hit point. That's like a bonus temporary hit point on top of your regular hit points.
For a second, I thought it was going to be a level up. So I was like,
Yeah. So you guys make some breakfast. There's more of those granola raisin cookies. And Brother Sarek has prepared a nutritious, an almost annoyingly nutritious breakfast for you, but it still tastes good. And
really? Granola and yogurt?
What are we, 60 years old?
Yeah.
you will feel better for it. Trust me.
I'll feel worse for putting in such peasant food in my mouth.
At least you will not need to be leeched later. Your humors seem to be in order.
I am very humorous all the time. What is it? Early in the morning, or is it that noon? Because he said to come around noon, right?
Yeah, I mean, you guys tell me what you want to do. Like, if you want to say, like, I want to sleep later. I want to be up bright and early doing push-ups. Like, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Oh, it's Burial. We'll definitely be sleeping late.
Yeah, I'll get up early and train. I'll go for a jog.
All right.
Um,
You have a few admirers while you're jogging, and you get embarrassed. A couple of guys check you out.
is there a temple to Sunda in town?
No, there is not. There's only one Tulun Dariel. It's the only temple on the island.
Let's do my practice in private.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before you meet up with him?
Can't think of anything.
Bug is probably just gonna explore the gallery, the house.
Sure. Yeah, lots of wonderful pieces of artwork. You notice some pieces of places that you've heard about from the Gempire, where you grew up. Some pictures of famous goblins and hobgoblins and bugbears. And some pieces of jewelry from your homeland that are, examples of fine jewelry made by dwarves and goblins. Anything else before you guys head over?
Burial absolutely monopolized the bathroom for like 2 hours to take a bath.
Oh, did Swell had like a bunch of healing potions, right? In his bag?
And that little, it's like a bandolier that I wear that has the potions in it.
I'm gonna steal one.
Hey,
What?
Hey.
I need it.
you paid for it?
Yes.
No, I paid
Paid
for
for
it.
it.
I
In
paid for it.
friendship. I paid for it in saving your life.
Well,
You can thank me by giving me this healing potion.
I saved you, in fact. Thank you.
I don't remember
You're
that.
welcome.
Anyway, I'm adding it to my inventory.
No, you're not.
I'm taking it, unless you want to
Hey.
try and stop me.
Yes, I'm going to try and stop you.
All right.
Let's
Gotcha,
do
anyway.
strength, contested strength attacks.
Straight strength?
I got a dirty 20.
Yeah, a strength check.
I hate this D&D die. I decided to roll with them today, and I remember why I don't do it.
Yoink!
It's the second natural one in a row. So,
Oh,
all right, well, you owe me 50 gold.
All right, I'll give it to you as soon as I have 50 gold.
Where's your money? What'd you do with your money?
What do you mean? What did I do with it? I spent it. I'm not just carrying around mountains of gold on me at all times.
You can't spend your money on everything. Alright, and he writes down in his journal, Zip owes me 50 gold.
Trust me, it'll benefit you in the long run that I have this.
Will it though?
Yes.
Will it? This is the second one. Buddy, Sutran took one off me to feed it to you as well. And then now you're taking a second one.
Well, isn't the point of them to use them to heal me so that I can protect you?
To heal everyone, really.
Yeah, but I mean, really, nobody else is fighting except me.
I'm going to bring everyone in. I'm going to say, everyone, we need to have a group meeting and sit them down at the table. Say,
Oh.
listen.
I'm excited to be part of this group meeting.
I'm happy for you to use my healing potions if you need them, but I don't want to be the only one footing the bill. I think maybe we should start like a communal collection of money specifically for healing potions. So, you know, it's like all of us are contributing, and is Burial? Do you hear me?
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay.
This sounds very reasonable to me. Were I to be adventuring with you, I would certainly agree to that.
How much money do you have?
Yeah, how much money
Well,
do you have?
How much
I
money
do not
I've
have very
got?
much money.
No,
I am a
that's-
wanderer, a traveler.
I thought that was for me. I'm
What
sorry.
about Britta? Does she give you any money?
No. But I am allowed to have as many of these cookies as I want. So that's why I'm letting you have as many as you want.
We could sell the cookies to raise money. Oh,
Our gallery bake sale.
Yes. We
You know
become boy scouts, or like just scouts in general, and we go from door to door selling cookies.
do you know where Britta keeps her money?
No, she did not tell me that, funny enough.
Well, I don't really feel great about robbing Britta, but I mean, I'll go back to that guy's house that was empty and maybe rob that.
Casson,
if you really
whatever
want.
his name is, he went back there.
Oh, right. Okay.
But I just think next time we like find money on the corpse of something we've killed, maybe we can split it, you know.
You know, maybe
5
I could
ways.
just go and get a job.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that sounds so dreadfully plebeian.
We do need help at the gallery.
How much are you paying?
I'm afraid I do not have any money.
Oh well, I'm sorry, but you're out of luck, man.
Yes, it
I
appears
can't buy healing potions with cookies.
so. Yes, I suppose we would have to sell some of the artwork instead, but I do not think that would make Auntie Britta happy.
Well,
I like the idea of an art gallery that's not actually selling any of its art.
Well,
Well, like,
it's like
Is it a museum or is it an art gallery?
Look only, no sell.
Yeah.
it's like a national gallery type thing.
Okay.
The dog meme where it's like,
I totally understand because,
Yeah.
you know, we're helping her. But I like your idea as well. I can never keep track of my money. I just throw it into Boxy and I have no idea how much I have.
you know, it is my job to keep his all
It's-
alive. As you know,
Is Boreal suddenly looks at Bug and is like, "Are you saying there could potentially be hundreds or thousands of gold in Boxy, and you don't even know?"
I don't know. Maybe.
why don't you see how much is in Boxy? Maybe you can lend me 50 gold so I can have a healing potion.
Boreal starts to stalk Boxy.
See how much money you have inside of you.
So you remember putting in some coins and some gems, and he pops out all of the coins that you put in. So have you written down how many coins you have? Because if you haven't, I will make up a number.
I don't know if I have kept track.
Okay, then I will say that 55 gold pieces come out.
I'll say, Bug, can I borrow that?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. I'll give it to Swell. Squared. We're squared away.
Well, with your high insight, Foxy seems nervous and uncomfortable.
Okay. I'll keep that to myself. And then, if I get alone with Boxy, I have questions.
The question box.
Get a light, just shine it in his face. How much money do you have?
Boreal looks a little bit disappointed. It's like, only 50 gold, paltry sum. Goes back to looking in his hand mirror.
And then when Zip walks away, he'll go back to Boxy with the money and back in Boxy.
Foxy doesn't seem to react to that. He's just like, whatever.
But you've got more money, don't you? A lot more.
Foxy looks at you like, no.
Trust me. None of the others. Except for Buck. Of course. Yeah. that's it. I don't keep Bug's money because it's not Zip's to give. But yeah, let's go back and see this guy about Britta.
Okay. You guys get back to the place, and Trank, the priest that you met last time, was like, glad to see you all back. Hope you slept well. I have some news. That we have a friend who does the old magic, who knows of a way to cure this.
Oh?
There could be a high-level spell that we could cast. We know of this, something on par with a wish spell, or perhaps greater restoration, but with a more powerful material component. It'd be very difficult to do. And the other option is there are a bunch of ingredients to use the old magic to create. We'd need snake root, red venom, spotted sky mushrooms, naga venom, giant scorpion venom, and dagger frog poison.
Okay, I'm just gonna, real quick. Can you just use some of our hair or something? Because we're like, all of us are gifted.
I do not think that is what is possible. I was told that this is what you need. I could ask them.
Because we met someone who did old magic and they just needed some of our...
I have dagger frog poison.
Oh, okay.
And spotted sky mushrooms.
Wait, what else do we need?
There are things that grow in the Bloodroot Covenant. I've seen all of them before. I believe it wouldn't be too hard to acquire these things.
So either we need to find someone who is sufficiently powerful and also sufficiently good-natured enough to want to come over here and heal Britta, or we go and find these ingredients to make this a remedy.
I could go find the ingredients if you want to go try and do one of the other things that Britta was thinking about doing, like trying to find Castle Cruncher or go to Sky Touch or something.
But then, we're counting on her to teleport us, so we don't have to walk anymore.
Well, really, I
There
think...
are other people in town that can teleport you.
Yeah, but
Oh.
they'll want to charge us like thousands of gold.
Maybe, but maybe not.
Yeah, maybe
Britta
not.
was quite popular. She made a wonderful fountain for the town. There may be people here that owe her.
No, that's a good idea. Who are these? Who can we go to?
Well, you're probably speaking of one of the high wizards that serve the mayor of this city, and yeah, you could go speak to him. See that tall tower over there. Wizards always live in towers. It's weird. That tall tower over there, that wizard lives in there. His name is Crane.
Crane?
Crane.
Okay.
Wasn't there something in her donor though? She mentioned a place in the Bloodroot Covenant. I wonder if we could spear two fish with one cast by seeking that one out and perhaps looking for this thing at the same time. Or perhaps you could come with us, and since you know more about what you're looking for.
Yeah, we could all go together. We could, Bloodroot is pretty far, right? So if we can all teleport to Bloodroot.
We could,
It might be-
but I think confronting the Stitcher could be quite dangerous. But if that's the route you want to try to do to get your master's back, we could try that.
Have you heard of the Stitcher?
It was written in her journal.
Right, but I mean, do you know that this person is dangerous?
I have encountered a few Stitchers in my day. Chimera makers. Or
It's a
People that-
profession.
Oh,
yes. Not
Oh,
a
so it
profession
wasn't
so
just
much as a hobby.
But
Should
like,
I was not aware of this.
They also heal people, sew their wounds back. If they're missing an arm, they will give them an arm from another creature and allow them to use that. Because they do not have new magic, they have old magic.
that's new information.
Speaking of new information, I want to remind Bug of some old information that your patron told you to go to the bottom of the Gempire looking for a temple,
Oh yeah.
a big ziggurat. And so you're feeling a pull to that direction. So as a DM, I'm trying to mess with you guys and give you guys a bunch of different options, and you guys figure out where to go. And I'm happy with wherever you go, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys remember your characters' motivations and stuff like that, and see how that plays out.
Which one is in the Gempire? Is it the Dark Chasm?
Yeah,
Do we have a
looking.
map? So that we can get like an idea of how far these places are?
They're pretty far apart. Now, I did make
Yeah.
a map of this place, and I did share it with you individually, but I haven't put it up on here yet because I'm actually thinking of changing it a little bit and making some
Oh, okay.
additions to some of the sizes and moving things around. But basically, the Gempire is in the southern hemisphere, and the Bloodroot Covenant is in the northern hemisphere.
Right. But
Yeah,
which one's the closest
sort
to
of-
where we are right now?
You're right in the middle of both.
There's also the Queendom of Joden, right?
Yeah, you're basically in the middle of all of the kingdoms by
triangle.
being in this place in the middle.
And Swell will say it is a dream of mine to go to the Queendom, but like might not be the best time.
Wait, what's in the Queendom?
It's just my people and stuff, but
Oh.
it's all good.
And also Sutran needed her other hand, right? And that's in the dragon. What's it called? Dragon side?
Yeah, and Dragonside is beside the Gempire.
Maybe we should. I wonder if we should help Sutran first.
We definitely should. Yeah.
She has helped us a lot.
And-
So in disembodied hand, she has a big brain.
yeah,
I'm so curious about how that works.
we just unlock Sutran and she kills everybody and we win. Wait, maybe we need the. Do you think we need the Castle Cruncher? We could probably use that to
Definitely.
help with this teacher. I don't know.
From what I understand, the Castle Cruncher is a weapon that is able to shatter things, and from what was described, the crown atop of the phoenix has the crystals in it, so it may be a way to free them should you go to fight the Chimera. But if you wish to try and find a different way to fight the Chimera, to find its weakness, there may be something that the Stitcher knows. Could be a different way to go. Or perhaps if you sought the Orange Jerk himself, you could find out how the Titan was being controlled. Maybe he has some sort of ring or amulet or orb on a staff, or perhaps an orb with a crystal on it. You know,
Well,
magic stuff.
We have no way
Yes.
of tracking where the orange one is, though, or where he is right now. All of our steps have been, by accident, really, coming up behind him.
Sounds like the most straightforward is just to get the castle cruncher and then crunch the crystals and free our masters.
I suppose that is the ultimate goal, not the Titan itself, perhaps.
Because if we free our masters, then they'll be awake and they can deal with all the stuff.
Assuming they are in any condition to do so.
Yeah.
They may be unconscious like Britta.
Yeah,
I think-
I'm going to find my sister. She was in that desert?
Which was beside the Gempire on the opposite side of the Dragon side. So the Glass
That-
Dominion.
Is that
Just
closer
start
or
on one
further
side, just-
away from where we are right now?
So the Glass Dominion is desert land separated by a giant range of mountains, which is the Gempire, which on the other side is lush vegetation, mostly, which is Dragon side.
So we just start on one end, and then we
Yeah.
kind of hoover through.
go to the last Dominion and
But which side are we closer to now? Are we closer to the jungle side or the desert side?
Desert side.
Yeah, so we just start at the desert. We'll pick my sister up along the way, and then work our way across.
I guess you
so
did send a bunch of ghost orcs after
Yes,
her.
didn't you?
Yeah, I should probably, let her know if they haven't gotten there yet. Maybe I could give her a heads
She
up.
hasn't taken them over already, you mean?
Maybe you could send her a message while we're in town.
Yeah.
what's the option we have for Britta? Is it like we can either get the materials or find a powerful healer?
Yep. I mean, or you can try and come up with another idea, or go for a second opinion. Those were the options this guy gave you.
Because we
Something.
We
thinking that
we
we'll
take her. How powerful is this wizard? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, you go ahead.
How powerful is this wizard who lives in town? Maybe if this is.
not powerful enough to cast a wish, unfortunately.
Oh yes, but I mean, is if
He can-
he is
he can-
able to perhaps recognize the spell that she is under, and suggest some other options.
You could go for another opinion. Sure.
Yeah, maybe he
I-
can teleport us to a more powerful wizard.
He might. They
Daisy
seem
chain.
to hang out together. They trade spell books and stuff. They might be on talking terms with a few of them.
Yes.
Too
many
many
Riddles.
options.
Talk to the wizard.
Okay. Do you want to talk to the wizard now?
Yeah. The secret of the wizard.
What are we... Okay. We're just going to walk through town with Britta's body slung over Zip's shoulders.
Yeah, can we sort of rig up some kind of gurney to carry her on so that I feel like just slugging her over my shoulder is probably not doing her any favors.
We have that folding table.
Oh yeah.
You just unfold the table and just hold the legs.
Why don't we bring the wizard here? I feel like we're carting her around all these different places when we could just bring the people who can actually walk to her.
That's true.
Could we get the chair, attach it to Boxy, strap it to the chair, and then Boxy can just walk her around, right?
Boxy is
We
not
put some
interested in
sunglasses
doing
on
that.
her.
Boxy is not particularly strong.
Wait, what about the
Oh,
serpent?
we could do that.
It's a weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Britta's.
Or we can put the chair like that, but with attaching it to Zip or to I keep forgetting the Syrah.
Sarah.
Eric.
Sirik. Attach it to the back, tie her into it, and so it's sort of like just a little pouch for her. so it's not quite as bad as.
She's a full-grown woman. She's not a baby.
Are you weak? Is this what you're saying? Are you telling me that you're too weak to carry butter around?
Why don't you carry her around? Since you're such a smarty pants. Or I could just go and get the wizard. I don't know.
Yeah, let's go talk
If
to the
you
wizard.
wish to
in
try and
person.
persuade the wizard to come over here with your charm,
I can. I could totally do that.
It's gonna yell in his face.
I agree. You are very funny. You do have lots of good humors.
See, Sarek believes in me. Come on, Sarek, let's go get that wizard.
No, I believed that it was funny that you thought you could charm someone.
she won't hear it, Sarek.
You're dead to me, Sarek. Dead to me. I'm going to get the wizard. I'm leaving.
Yeah. Sorry, can we leave Britta here for a minute? We'll try bring the wizard here and
Yeah.
let's go.
Sure.
There.
I'll keep an eye on her.
Thank you.
As long as you need.
All right.
We'll go
So
to-
you make your way through town. And
On the way there, I want to say, like, what do we want to do with the wizard? We just want to get him to come and inspect Britta.
See if you can shed any more light on her condition, I'm thinking. Or perhaps he may know more about some of the things that have been mentioned here. Oh, I mean, worst comes to worst, we just ask him about teleportation options and see how much it'll cost.
Sending messages?
All that.
Oh,
If he knows Joltan, that would be a good place to start, actually. Can find out where Joltan is, and if he has had any success so far.
While you're talking about this, Trank says, tomorrow I'll be able to do some sendings if you need something. But I'm out for the day as I use them to communicate about Britta's condition.
Oh, most
okay.
excellent. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
I would not charge you as long as they are about saving Britta. If you ask me to send a message to your uncle to tell him you'll be late for dinner or something, that you'll have to pay for that.
What
if it's
about if
about
it was to
Britta-
send a message to like a loved one to let them know there's a bunch of ghost dogs coming to kill them?
What about if I want to send a message to my parents to ask for some money? It's very important for our quest.
Please wire me some money so we can pay rent.
Money.
Daddy, I'm out of money and it's been reduced.
Working a job like a plebe. Selling my labor.
I can't believe the straits I've been reduced to. Anyway, we should probably head over to the wizard.
All right, I'll stop my weekend at Britta's drawing and draw you what the tower looks like.
We're off to see the wizard.
So the tower is actually more of sort of a big conch shell looking thing. And up top there's sort of like an observatory layer, like, per level that may have, you can see some greenery growing out like that. And at the base there's an entrance, but it is carved to resemble sort of a conch shell. And then there are other like huts and things around it. And you get to the base of the tower, and there's no one around, and you should make some sort of perception or investigation or arcana check. However you want to go about trying to figure out what to do about the base of this tower.
I'll do an arcana check.
8.
Oh man, I got a dirty 20.
Oh, nice.
You're like, oh, when we've tried to get into places before, there's been something written around the doorway. Let me see if I can see what it says here.
I got a 16 on a perception check.
It says, we come to visit the great wizard Crane. And if you figure, if you say those words aloud, there might be something that will help the door open. Your perception check allows you to notice that as you look up, that you're being watched from up top, that there is a bird sitting up there, a parrot that's looking down at you.
Sorry, what were the words again? We come to see the great wizard
Crane.
Crane.
Is it Crane or like Crane, as in Fraser Crane? Or is it
It's
Crane
Fraser
with an
Crane.
M?
Oh, okay. Well, that just. Can we at least say that he looks like Fraser Crane?
I mean, I'm not sure that's what I want to draw.
That's all right. I'll draw it.
I'm casting.
Meanwhile,
I'd
Isboriel's giggling too much at the shape of the tower to notice anything.
Sorry, yeah, is it Crane with an N or an M?
M.
M. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. Okay. Let me say the words.
All right. You hear a gong, 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 gong go through the building. A few moments later, the door opens up, and you are greeted by a large, hulking figure with a long beard made out of grass, a body made out of earth and stone, long green grass hair. Body looks like it's some sort of person made out of, like the earth just basically stood up with sod on its back and dirt and earth on this side of it. And it looks like an earth ganassi, but a really big one. It says, "You wish to see the master.
Yes, please.
What is your business?"
We would like some magic, please.
We
He has
seek to
magic.
consult him on matters of great import to the health of the town and of the Broshwand, and the fate of the world, perhaps.
How shall I announce you?
Isboriel and the Teen Titan Slayers, please.
Very well.
The Teen Titans.
Follow me. And he leads you up into an entryway that has a bubbling fountain, mosaics everywhere, a grand staircase that winds upwards, and you can see in through various levels. There's like a library and a laboratory and a reading room and a game room, and that's where you find him, in the game room. And there's a fellow that looks like Kelsey Grammer, apparently. But he
Man, I drew this and then I googled Kelsey Grammer and it's actually pretty accurate. I apparently have a good memory for Fraser Crane.
next time we do one of those drawing games things where we're like trying to draw from memory, we'll have to do like, Sam Malone and but he's an orc, so he's got tusks poking up.
Oh, okay.
And so, welcome. I'm just playing a game of chess with my unseen servant, but I'm sure you'll be much better at playing games. Have a seat.
Yes, they are not very well known for their wits, are they?
May I introduce East Boreal and the Teen Titan Slayers?
A pleasure to make your acquaintance, Wizard Crane. I'm
Yes.
Isboriel. These are my companions, my followers. Swell, Zip, and Bug.
And I am Sarek.
Oh, yes, and Sarek. I didn't realize it'd come with us.
Wait, Sarek, I thought Sarek stayed back to look after Britta.
He's getting with you.
He came with us? Sarek, what are you doing here?
No,
You're supposed to stay and look after Britta.
I think the priest was looking after Britta.
yeah.
Have a seat, have a beverage. And there's like, he motions over and there's a strong smelling coffee in a carafe, like a tall teapot like looking thing, I guess. Not a carafe, and then there's some cups around. Help yourself. And there's also grapes there. What can I help you with? About Britta, you said?
Yes, we've. Go on.
No, you're the one who knows how to talk to people. I was going to bung it up, so.
We came to seek your advice on something importing our mentors, the Titan Slayers. You may have heard of them. They kill the Titans. And we found...
they slayed the Titans.
We found we cleared up a matter with the Succubus and the Loose Devils. No big deal, but we then found that she had apparently... from what we gather from the priest, had apparently might have been scrying, and someone that she was scrying upon took it poorly, and now she rests in some sort of comatose, non-responsive state. We had some idea of what happened to her from the priest, but we were hoping that perhaps he may be able to shed more insight on that matter. She is in the temple currently. But that is only one of the matters that we came to ask you about.
He motions for his servant to pour him some coffee. Says, Maris, give me some coffee. And then...
Maris.
he pours him a cup of coffee. What are the other things I may help you with?
We were wondering if you had access to the teleport spell, and if you would be able to teleport us halfway across the world.
If it's to help with Britta, then probably. If you're just looking for a free ride somewhere for fun, then no.
Not for fun, I assure you. I could wish that we didn't have to, but while not directly, it is connected to a matter that was investigating when she was struck comatose. It's as well, the Titans have returned, it seems, or at least parts of them have returned, and she was investigating the matter as well and she had some clues that we are looking to either to follow up on. So it is either to go and find some helps for her or continue her work.
Let's show him her journal.
I do not... Well, you can look at one of the pages, but I don't recommend sharing the whole thing.
The last page.
Yeah. The only page we've physically seen.
Intriguing.
Have you seen an orange-haired man around?
No, I have not. Not seen
Can I insight check him?
Sure.
He's the orange hair man.
14.
14. You think he's a little bit suspicious, but you don't know exactly why.
Suspicious of us or acting suspiciously?
He's acting suspicious and is suspicious of you.
What color is his hair?
His hair is white. He's like an old Fraser Crane.
Well, you said suspicious of us.
Yeah, he seems to be suspicious of you.
Okay.
I would...
the last thing that we were going to talk about? Oh, message. Sending.
And also did you already ask about Georgian?
If it's something to do with Britta, I'll happy do it for free. But if it's something else, then no.
Even if it is about her work?
It depends. You ask a specific question, and I may help you with it. And realize that I do not wish to be taken advantage of for my good nature.
No. We don't know. We don't want to do that. Britta's very ill, and we just want to get her back, and then we might have to go get our masters back and stuff. It's I don't know. It's a lot.
Could you come
There
and,
is. Oh, sorry, go on.
oh, I was gonna ask, could you come and examine her?
Sure, I guess I could. And he goes and he gets a parasol so that when he goes out in the sun, he won't get sunburned. And he has Maris hold the parasol for him. And you guys walk back there, and he spends some time examining Britta. And he's cordial with your cleric buddy, but is not, they're not like old friends or anything. And
Does it look like there's at least a degree of trust between them? Like they've known each other long enough that it's kind of like...
they seem like they don't really speak. They seem sort of uncomfortable with each other. You've got a man of religion and a man of magic that don't necessarily see eye to eye. After he examines her, he says, yeah, it appears as if her mind or soul has been trapped somewhere else. I couldn't quite tell you where. So I suppose if you had some other ways of, you could bring her back through like a wish spell or something like that, or perhaps if you could find a way to find her soul, if you had something where you could, add a magic item that allowed you to track a soul or something like that, maybe you could do that.
Like some kind of blindfold that lets you scry on things?
I think that only let you scry on head, not souls.
Yeah, I guess it depends on where the soul is. But something that maybe pulls the soul in, some sort of soul-related magic is what I'm saying. So I'd have to do some research to see if there was a magic item or something that could do something like that. But I don't have anything like that on me. I'm simply, I'm more involved in commerce and games and having fun with my magic. I don't get into souls so much.
I do not know about souls, but I have something that captures likenesses. Is that sufficient? And he pulls out the mirror of capturing. It takes their face and their speech.
No, I'm afraid that's not going to be what I'm looking for here. I need something that's going to tell us where she is now and pull somebody's soul back into their body.
Well, I suppose the last question we had was if you would be able to send a message to Joran, who is the last Titan Slayer that we know of, who, well, hopefully is still alive and walking.
Sure. I mean, if you can help, what's the question? What do you want to say?
He looks at the others and kind of does like a huddle up motion.
You seem like you know how this deal works. 25 words?
Unfortunately, yes.
Wait, who are we sending a message to?
Georgian.
Georgia.
Who is the one who is being sent to Skytouch, the keepers of the chain?
Maybe like we are Britta's friends of Britta. She is unconscious. Did you find any clues?
Have any of us met Georgia? Yeah, that's probably a good basis, but
Yeah, you would have met. He didn't really like to be around other people, but I think he came by. I think I said that he came by Zunk's one time visiting.
Oh, so I met.
It was either you or East Boreal. I feel like it was somebody who lived. And it wasn't the island people.
I don't remember hearing anything like that. So
okay. Then it was probably Bug.
Okay. Well,
so you
yeah,
can just
it can just be like Bug and Co.
and you can show him the painting. so he's got a clear visual image of who it is. It's like, all right, well, what's the message?
What is it?
Like, basically, are we gonna ask him if he has found any clues or what? Or, like, for him to...
Britta soul captured. Yeah. Britta soul captured is 3. Any leads from
KCS?
wait, any leads from keepers maybe? KCS.
That's the problem with letters, is letters count as a word. So it's like www is like actually kind of longer than saying World Wide Web syllable wise.
It's not syllables, it's words.
No, it isn't. But yeah, it's the same length to go World Wide Web as www word wise.
Here.
Yeah.
You need an acronym.
I guess we can just say keepers.
Okay, so what have we got so far is Bug here, Britta soul captured. Any leads from keepers? So that's like 9 so far.
So we should say where we are, right? Where
we
with
didn't.
Britta at her gallery, her soul is captured.
Or at Bright Palm now, maybe.
Yeah.
Is Bright Palm 1 word or 2?
1.
1. At Bright Palm. No.
Should we say soul captured from scrying?
Oh. Yeah, maybe for soul captured. Maybe scrying on orange.
Yeah. Scrying on orange,
and then should we say where we're going to next? Or
well, we don't know
next?
where we're going next.
That's true.
They talk to us. Give us
advice.
advice. Yeah.
A little passive aggressiveness.
Please advise.
World falling apart.
That's only 18 words.
Okay.
We're pretty efficient. Let's send it. No, we can just write keepers of chain. Like, where are you? What about where are you?
Maybe we can add orange-haired man. Orange-haired
Do we
jerk.
think that he's already been warned about the orange-haired man? Should we warn him about that?
Okay, this is exactly 25 words. Bug here, Britta soul captured from scrying on orange-haired man. Any leads from keepers of chain? At Bright Palm now, where are you? Please advise.
Okay, that's good. I think that's good.
Yeah, actually.
Always have to get our money's worth with the words.
Every single word. Gotta shove in.
I am trying to compose my response, so. Let's see.
We're already getting a response immediately.
No, I'm working on, because I know I've got a certain amount of words that I'm trying to figure out how many you guys get back, what he would respond.
Did we send it? Did we hit send?
You get a message back that is, and Fraser speaks those words out. Crane says, well, doesn't that take the cake? I'm trapped in a cave, fighting blood elementals. Keepers can't be trusted. Talk when I can.
Fighting blood elementals.
Trapped in a cave.
You didn't say where the cave is.
Too late. Keepers can't be trusted. Talk later.
What was he fighting?
Blood elementals.
Elementals?
Where do we say the chain or the sky touches?
You're guessing it's somewhere in the Queendom of Jodin, which is where Georgianne lives, which is next to the icy area of the Tririme, which the Drow, the Duergar, and the Deep Gnomes live.
Okay. So.
So, with that piece of information, you now know that there's blood elemental battles going on, and that's about as big a cliffhanger as I can leave it on. But it's getting late for us. So we should probably wrap it there, and you guys can try and formulate a plan of what you want to do as a plan of action for next week, or more questions you have to figure out your plan of action. And thank you, everyone, for joining us. Anybody have a favorite moment or drawing or anything? I quite enjoyed the lying down Britta. That was excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just generally enjoy the longer ones. So.
I do enjoy the Fraser Crane wizard.
That wizard.
Looks like he's in his pajamas.
His wizardy cardigan.
pajamas. Yeah.
He looks like he's in his wizard pajamas.
Now, I
It's
know
a
there's
stylish cardigan, guys.
I know there's stars, but the way that you've drawn a couple of them, the bottom parts kind of look like teeth, and I'm thinking like if Sister Sweet Tooth has like a matching one, but they're all teeth instead of stars.
Nice.
So it's just like, yeah, they look like flat at the top with the teeth roots down the bottom. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us. We hope that all the marks you make are magical. Have a wonderful evening, day, morning, wherever you are, whatever's going on. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.